short autobiography about myself. I was born in Milano in 1941. There was the war. Even since I was a child, from my deep inside, creativity has generated and regenerated. The different language of art and poetry are my length, my strength, and my damnation. Like all artists, I oppose the war with the revolution of ideas, and together with them, emotions. But let's go backwards. I've been working so long that it has been to start from now. From the exhibition of my city dedicated to me in 2017 at 3 locations: the Triennale, Galleria d'Italia and Nuova Galleria Morone, connected by a single title. If the world was square, I'd know where to go. But instead, we are obliged to keep ourselves balanced on the insidious surface of a sphere. In the cube-shaped space of the Triennale, I rebuilt my explorer's path, from the calligram of a 16-year-old to the ceiling with a large canvas in Tiepolo style, but a pop art version. A self-portrait with a smashed head acted as lookout over the room. On the walls were the politics inspired by those of the Renaissance, with a part of the individual episodes separated into panels. In 2009, a shocking encounter with photos of the mental ill led me to abandon the strict geometry that encompassed the emotion of pain within the ranks of geometric beauty. I brought the 3 protagonists of artistic vision, reality, abstraction, and allegory, into a forced coexistence. All that I had understood, suffered, and observed exploded. With a scattered piece, I create various chapters. Ecce Homo was the first one, followed by Work in Black, Beata Solitudo, Sola Beatitudo, Listen to Your Heart, City, and De Rerum Natura. I salvaged planks from demolition sites, as if we were facing the end of the world and had to save something from our civilization in a hurry. The goals are only a memory. Going back further to the anni di piombo, Italian terrorism, between the 70s and 80s, the page of carefree existence turned forever, and my sculptures became black, iron, and steel. I showed them at the Galleria d'Italia together with wall works dedicated to enigma expressed through geometry. In 2010, at the exhibition L at Centre Pompidou, a room was dedicated to an installation of mine that Pontus Sultan, the museum director at the time, had chosen from the collection many years earlier. Before then, in the 60s, my sculpture had been very colorful. Art had been freed from the handmade, from melancholy and drama, and so while we were playing, the artistic and social revolution wove its web. Much later, 2 sculptures from the 1970s that had been little understood at the time became part of the collection at the Centre Pompidou and the Muséum d'Art Moderne de la Ville de Paris. We showed them almost for the first time in Italy at the Nuova Morone Gallery, with the room transformed into a cruel garden. In the 1970s, my brightly colored sculptures were exhibited in Stockholm, Caracas, Tel Aviv, Geneva, and New York. Apart from Pierre Lundum and Diolas, it was women who gave me confidence. Clara de Sukhova, Barakotska, Infese, Denise René. It was Evelina Schatz who got my work shown in Moscow at the Museum of Modern Art. Elisabetta Longeri curated the 3 Milanese exhibition in 2017, and Ornella Mignone handles my archive. Now everything has changed, but it has been hard for women. Collectors do not trust them. When I was younger. Also in the 96, Sergio Tosi and I published the artist book and multiples, and at the same time we designed books and catalogs for Alexander Yolas, who was a genius, and posters for exhibition held in his galleries, with no limit set on our imagination. The artists who worked with, we were little more than kids and had no particular experience, were masters like Lucio Fontana, Max Ernest, Marai. We met him in Paris at a bistro. Louis Nebenson, and also young emerging artists such as Tingelini, Kide Senfal, Marcia Raiz, Jesus Soto, Sai Tombli, Joy Tilson, and many, many more. Artist, poet, art historian, I mixed with them from my adolescence on. Some were already famous and others were to come famous. Published some poems by Nobel Prize Quasimodo, as well as Raymond Queneau and the young Roberto Sanesi, and some art historians, Giulio Carlo Ergan, Patrick Valberg, Gillo Dorfles. Altogether, we had a lot of fun. But by the mid-1970s, everything had changed. The great master had died, the other had dispersed, and they became successful in turn. I got divorced, reorganized my life. I taught at the Academy of Fine Art and was invited to teach and exhibit at the University of Manoa in Honolulu. In the 1980s, I began publishing numbered editions in my own name. Pavel Mansourov, Fanny Albe, Michel Sephora, and Man Ray, still the generous, great master. It took me 10 years to complete the giant Exacta edition, 20 kilo weight, 27 prominent abstract geometric artists into a unique box. I also curated the science and color section at the Biennale in Venice. I wrote and published many books of poetry, some novels, essays on art. Life was difficult for many, many reasons. I got sick. In hospital, my friend Niki de Senfal sent me flowers. With the little energy I had, I drew them on little piece of paper. I have never stopped since. The life of the beauty of flowers evolves on ever large paper, from fresh and smooth to rotten and then skeletal, such is the path of transformation on the slippery sphere.